water.
We can't do this.
I'll do the talking.
Yeah.
All you have to do is come along for the ride.
I don't want to. I'm nervous. We got to tell you guys what just happened.
Yes.
This is so crazy. So, Steve had never had cheese curds before. And,
it sounds gross to me.
yeah. And I grew up and we had them at this cheese factory and you'd eat them and they're squeaky. They make your teeth squeak like rubber bands. And so somehow a reference years ago happened with that cheese. And, so I was like, well, you got to try cheese curds. Have you never had those? And I looked them up. They don't have them around here. So I looked up cheese factories or whatever. And I found we have a cheese store in Temecula.
So finest, like the finest cheeses of the world, or something like that.
Cheese store in our town.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, maybe they have them. We'll just run by over there and go check them out. So, but first I was reading the reviews online to see if anybody mentioned what that was on the menu or whatever. Couldn't believe the reviews that I read. It was so awful, what they said. So we're like, we've got to go check it out and see what this lady's all about, the owner of the place. Let me read you a couple of the reviews real quick, just because they're so good. It says, I invited my daughter that was visiting from out of town to have dinner at this place that's near it. We parked in the spot in front of the place that they were going to, in a common parking area. The parking spot was not marked, reserved, nor had cheese company's name on it. The owner of the cheese company came out and told them that it was her spot and automatically rude to them. My son-in-law questioned her since the spot wasn't marked. She started yelling and cussing and then spit on their car. They decided to move the car and park elsewhere, and they were very shocked at how this person reacted. So then there's another one.
When we first heard these, we were like, there's no way this could be true, but there's so many, and they have a common theme.
Oh, yeah. So this one says, do not support this business. The owner cussed and then yelled and spit on my car with my family inside the vehicle. Claims
different person.
Because she's the owner, she has the right to park in front of the building instead of us customers. Then had to park down the street, blah, blah, blah. So that was another one. Then there's one, this person walked in. She said, she was asked what she wanted to try, and we said, well, what are you known for? We'd like to try a sample of that. We were going to have lunch there. And then the owner lady behind the counter murmured to the young lady, asked if we're going to buy or dine in in a really rude way. She told her staff to make sure we don't taste more than 2 types of cheese, and even told her the second cheese better be our last.
Oh my goodness.
And there was all this other stuff. But this person said, after walking in to inquire about what comes with the cheese plate, she barked, "You'll get what we serve you." I was shocked. This person said, the place was not busy, but we waited 45 minutes and our cheese plate still had not been prepared. When I went to check on my order, I was told it was coming in a few minutes. But as I walked away from the counter, the owner said, thinking I couldn't hear, "This isn't McDonald's."
Oh my goodness.
And this one says, we asked what cheeses came on the 4 cheese platter. She looked at us while we were morons and huffed, "Whatever I choose to put on there and present you with."
Oh my goodness.
We left without having anything because of the rotten attitude of this lady. So we had to go, we couldn't believe it. We had to go check this out and see for ourselves.
Is that actually possible that a business owner, let alone a human being,
it was
can be that
awful
consistently
review
mean?
after awful review. So we went and we were going to try cheeses and get some cheese and get cheese curds.
Yeah, I mean, how bad could it really be? That we honestly was like, how bad could it be? There's no way that this can be happening. Somebody is out to get her, and they're doing these Yelp reviews. That's what we started thinking. There's just no way she could be that bad.
So when we went the first time, there were people in front of us, and she was rude to them. Yeah. And we just stood there. Nobody greeted us or anything. That's a common thing. Nobody greets anybody.
Yeah, you feel like you don't even know what to do. You're just like,
this is so awkward.
Yeah, what do we do here?
Yeah. So it was so crazy. And it was awkward. Of course, they don't have cheese curds. We didn't know, and she was upset, like rude about it. But anyway, we didn't buy any cheese, and we didn't get offered any samples of any cheese. And she looked at us like, "I know you're not buying any cheese," that kind of a thing. And so we would have, though.
She made us feel like she wasn't going to waste her time on us.
Yes.
Because she made the assumption we would have tried something. We would have bought something.
Sure.
But she made us feel
totally uncomfortable.
Yeah, you feel like you're like everything you do is going to be offending her in some way.
Yes.
It was weird, man.
And the funny thing is we went there hoping to see a little show, hoping to see her like be upset
Spit
with
on somebody.
And it was so uncomfortable for us that we just kind of ducked out of there and left because it was so awkward.
No, it feels like something is going to go down. She does make you feel like that.
Yes.
And it's like, man, something's going to happen here. And I wouldn't trust her. Like if you ask the wrong, it's like the soup Nazi.
From Seinfeld reference.
Yeah, from Seinfeld. If you ask something wrong, she might spit in our food or something. I mean,
yeah,
like,
there's definitely a verge of a threat about to happen.
Yeah, you're going to pay. If you mess up, you're going to pay.
Anyway, so we went today and we parked not there. We were going to the candy shop to take Dean because he did so good at his swimming. Yeah. So he was getting some candy and we went in there to look around. And where we parked, we passed by the cheese place. We're like, oh, there's the cheese place. And it said closed on the door. And that's another thing in all of the Yelp reviews and stuff is that they just open and close whenever they feel like it. There's no, like, they can have hours and they're not open those hours.
Yeah, so, just because it says hours on there, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, so it was closed. And so when we came back, we needed a place we were going to try this bacon that we got. We got chocolate dipped bacon. And so we were going to test it out. So we're like, oh, there's seats over there by the cheese place and they're closed.
And we planned on going into her store again. Like we wanted to go in there
but it wasn't
and buy something. And it was closed.
Yeah.
We'll show you right now. Here's what happened.
Here's our chocolate covered dark chocolate. We're having dark. Amanda's having the light chocolate
covered what?
There. Bacon.
Okay, have you ever had chocolate covered bacon?
No.
Have you ever had chocolate covered bacon, Amanda?
Here in the milk.
No, I've never.
No, I don't.
Okay, so Dean has it.
Do you want dark or light? There's dark and light.
Let's try both. Okay. You know, it's weird. I smell
chocolate bacon. Here,
the bacon.
Wait, Dean. Is it extra crispy?
No.
No, that's a problem. That's a problem.
I don't like it at all.
Oh, Dean likes it. Amanda, what do you think about it?
I hate it.
No, this is the worst thing.
I could actually spit this out.
I hate it.
It is not good.
I'm gonna show.
Oh, you said that's gross and you want me to try it? You try the dog chocolate.
We don't need to eat it.
Okay, listen.
I hate
Steph, Amanda has to try the dark and you have to try the light.
it. No, we don't.
Yeah, tell me which is worse.
I hope the cheese lady's something too. I hope she comes out and yells, oh my god, she's coming, oh my god.
I want to know which one is worse. Is she really?
Well,
we're just trying to eat this out of the wind with the kids.
I know, we're trying to do a video.
You can sit over there on the benches, but this is for my restaurant, so.
When we came earlier, it was closed. Okay.
All right, let's get out of her restaurant. Yes, we was going to go to this cheese place right here. And there's...
How many times has she yelled at me?
a lot. Okay, so this,
put it on you?
if you go in that door.
But it's not because it happens every time.
I know. No, this lady is...
Like we joked about it actually. Let's go get yelled at.
We came here and we were going to go in here to the cheese.
Got it? Okay.
The cheese, whatever it is. This is her business. And we were going to come over here. This is where we initially started and it was closed. And then we sat down there testing a chocolate and we still were going to go in there. And then she comes out and you guys heard that. That's a business owner of a restaurant. There's nobody out here. Nobody. And she tells us that we can go sit over there. But that's no way to run a business.
Yeah, we wanted to see what.
We were going to go in there and buy something.
So we got caught again, had another encounter with this lady. And she came whipping out of there.
We're not even there that long.
No.
And you can see Amanda say, she's coming. Like Amanda's eyes got real big. And all we were doing was tasting, sitting down. There's nobody around. And we're sitting down and they're just, Amanda and Steph are tasting the bacon. And Amanda's eyes got real big. I thought she was joking with me. She said, she's coming or whatever she said. She basically said, go over there, go 3 feet that way and sit over there. Yeah. There is nobody in her store. She might have just opened and we were customers, like potential customers. We would have went in there. If all of a sudden she opened the door and just had opened the door and said, hey, good afternoon or whatever, we're going in there.
This lady said, she thinks the lady's racist, but I just think she's rude to everybody.
Yeah, I think she's racist towards every human being.
Yeah, because she said she was in there forever at the counter and nobody paid any attention to her. But she said, I told the owner that I thought her actions were rude and racist. The owner started screaming at me and threatened to call the police. It was ridiculous. She was going to call the police because I complained about her rudeness and her failure to serve me. This one says that I will spare the details, but I'll say the man behind the counter made such a rude remark to a couple of ladies sampling the cheese that I first thought he was joking. They obviously left. We should have taken the hint. While my husband was in the shop buying almost $100 worth of cheese and whatnot, the other employee present told our kids who were sitting on an outside table with their grandma.
That was us.
Yeah, it wasn't us, but if they weren't paying customers, they had to leave.
That's why they did that.
So it's a common thing about sitting outside. She said there was nobody else there in the whole shop.
That's what we experienced.
Yeah. This one says, I've never been moved in any way to write a review on any business ever. This is the first. I'm only motivated to do so because my date and I were treated so rudely, I thought we were on a hidden camera show.
I could see that.
Yep. So here it is. It's the owner, manager they encountered or whatever. They ordered a bottled drink, which we could clearly see in the refrigerated deli type display counter. The waiter goes to retrieve the drink, pauses and comes back and advised us the drink had already been sold.
Oh my goodness.
Sold.
What?
I know. So I turned to my date and I asked what else she would like. While I did this, the guy turned around to the owner to ask if the drink was available. Awkward. So my date chose another drink and I got the same. The guy asked if that's all we wanted. He rolled his eyes when I said yes. He rang up the drinks. I asked for some glasses with ice. He told me they don't have any glasses. Now I'm getting irritated because there were glasses everywhere. And his tone is so obviously irritated and purposely rude. He turned to the blonde, that's the owner, and said something about the glasses. She shook her head and made some comment about us breaking the glasses. And I told...
They'll probably break them.
Yeah, and he's on a date. And told me she wanted them back. Okay, he said, I'm trying hard not to unload on these two in front of my date and all the people in this place. My date walked outside and sat down on their patio. I joined her. That's a big no-no.
Yeah, you don't sit at that patio.
I joined her a couple minutes later, and the owner came outside and told us if we wanted to use the glasses.
Use the glasses?
Yes. We're going to drink our drinks and listen to some music. She abruptly said that the music was over. She stopped the music and made him leave.
Goodness.
So we sat on the patio and had our sodas in silence, wondering what had gone wrong. Needless to say, we'll never return, and everyone going to the area stay away.
She's a cheese Nazi.
It's crazy.
Like, seriously, the cheese Nazi, but there was something likable about the soup Nazi. That is unreal. And
I know.
And it's true.
I know.
How are they staying in business?
We just got caught by her today. And they were closed.
And we wanted to go in there.
Unbelievable. I saw other reviews where somebody said, I came back because the first time they were nice, and every other time I've come, it was awful.
You actually do get the opportunity to have a piece of cheese. Maybe it is incredible.
I would have liked to have tried some cheese and find out if it was incredible.
Apparently they have cheese there, but they just don't.
Somebody else said they went in there and there were only 12 cheeses in the cabinet. So, I don't know. Maybe they don't have a lot of cheese. Did two people get spit on?
At least
two got screamed at for sure, and one got spit on.
Two got spit on, because that was like bang one right after the other. And it was kind of like the same thing. There's a spit trigger that she has.
Yeah.
You don't want to trigger her spit.
No, you park in that spot, you're getting spit on.
We're going to do it again.
No, I can't.
I'm going to get a little pin, because she'll say something. If I walk in with a GoPro or have it on, she's going to kick us out or whatever.
Oh, she's totally going to kick us out.
I'll get one of those pins, a spy pin, and we will go in there. You could be behind me and I'll just say, hey, I'm on a date. I'm on a date. I want 2 pieces of cheese.
We can't do this.
I'll do the talking.
Yeah.
All you have to do is come along for the ride.
I don't want to. I'm nervous.
If we go in there and I go, I'd like two of your cheeses, please. And then, I'll be just like this.
And what's the goal? Just to film it
cheese,
or to get a cheese?
to get a
cheese out of her.
To get a cheese out of her and taste it and say, hey, this cheese is amazing or whatever. All right, well, we'll let you know. Well, you'll see when we go in there and try to do the hidden cheese cam.
I don't want to do it. I'm afraid.
Hidden cheese cam.
Oh my gosh.
You guys will see what transpires if we can get in there and get some cheese.
Should we do it?
Do you guys think we will be successful in getting some cheese based on the reviews that you just seen? Let us know in the comments.
Okay.
And we'll talk to you later. Enjoy your life.